All right. Pating! We're off to a good start if it's patinging. What is going on, everyone? Riddict here, and welcome to Off the Shelf Airguns. Today we have the Sauer MPX Gen 2. Now this is one I've been wanting to get for a while, but with the previous model, it just seemed to be rife with problems across the board, all kinds of complaints, and so yeah, I obviously did not go down that road. But now we have the Gen 2. It's been out for a while, and I've noticed with the Gen 2 it's getting a lot more positive feedback. It seems like they addressed the problems with the previous model, and we have something that's a little bit more reliable. Okay, now of course if we do have problems, eventually we will talk about it, but we're probably not going to discover them until, you know, as time goes on. So here it is, the MPX Gen 2. This is mostly metal. All this is metal except for the grip, the M-lock, the buttstock, which of course is a cover for your CO2, which I'm going to explain in a second. Magazine is plastic, of course. It is a belt fed. Okay, but with that said, this is the big boy CO2s. Okay, 88 gram to 90 gram CO2s go right on here like so. Your sights here, you get open sights with it. They are all metal. I really appreciate that. I like that. Charging handle right here, all metal as well. Your safe switch right here. This is only semi-auto, no fun switch here, but that's okay. That's okay. Your ejection port does not function, it's just for show. As far as the magazine goes, it is belt fed, like I said. You access it by opening this little cover, and there it is. Take the belt out, and then when you're loading up your pellets, you actually have this little tool, and this seats the pellets. This part of the tool, right here, will seat the pellets down far enough to where they should be. You don't want to put the pellets in and seat them by hand and think you're good to go. That's not what you want to do. You want to take this tool and go back over them and really seat them in there the way they should be. This also is the tool for your sights, your open sights. So a little notch right there, adjust your rear sight, and then this notch right here will adjust your front sight for elevation. So you got windage and elevation, front, rear, so forth and so on. That's what your little tool's for. 30 rounds, and with these big canisters, that's going to last a while. Now, of course, you can do other things than just the big canisters. You can get the, you know, this adapter for 12 gram CO2 to put on here. The Umarex one does not work on here. You would have to modify this for that to work. But Amazon does have one that does work with this. Just look it up. I can't really tell you where it's at or all that stuff, of course. But also you can get a PCP conversion kit for this. So if you don't want to fool around with all this mess, you can get the PCP conversion kit for it. Put that on there, and then you'll never have to worry about that again. So yeah, pretty cool. We're going to start out with some plinking, of course, and then go from there. Today we're using pellets I haven't used on here before. The Norma Golden Trophy FT. That's what we're using today. And they are in 8.4 grain. Of course, this is 177 caliber. I think they make one that's a 22 caliber, but this is the 177 caliber. But like I said, Gen 2, apparently the problems have been addressed from the Gen 1. Seems like it, considering what I've seen about it. So there we go. Start out with some plinking. All right. Pating! We're off to a good start if it's patinging. Go over here. Pating! Well, how far can it go out? Let's find out. We'll go out to the black diamond. Maybe. Or not. It is a bit windy, and this isn't going to be for long distance by any means, but we're going to try to hit something out there. Nope. I didn't think so. Now we're going to take a listen to the ambient audio and see what that sounds like. What's the neighbors going to hear? And don't worry, with the ambient audio, for those that are curious, we will be working that into comparison videos. So when we do like comparisons to like guns and whatnot, it'll be added in so that we can kind of compare that as well. So here we go. There you go. Now we're going to go up the hill, put it over the chronograph, and see what's going on here. It is pretty warm today, so I think we'll get an accurate reading. And yeah, after that, we'll come back down, do a little bit of accuracy. All right, we're out here in the backyard with the Sauer MPX Gen 2. We're going to run it over the chronograph, see what it's doing. Before we even get started, no, you're not going to do any pesting or hunting with this, okay? This is strictly for target practice, backyard plinking, or training for the modern firearm counterpart. So let's get started, see what we get. Now, first things first, because we have to. Putting. All right, let's get started here and see what we get. We're going to put 5 or 6 shots over it, and that'll pretty much tell us what we're doing. It is nice and warm out today, so the CO2 is nice and warm. We should get an accurate result. They claim up to 450 or 490 or something like that FPS. We'll see. 353. These are an 8.9, by the way, of course I forget to tell you, but we are using the Norma Golden Trophy FT, all right? And they are an 8.4 grain, so it's kind of a middle of the road. Of course, their claims of 450 or 490 or whatever it is with alloy, but we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to use these and see what we get. So 353, not too bad. 396, okay, see? So with an alloy pellet, I could see us hitting their claimed FPS. All right. 380, and we want to take our time, you don't want to go because with the CO2, you go too fast, you're going to really cool off the cylinder and then not have an accurate reading. So 380, 393, okay. 355, it dropped a little bit. That's okay. If we wait a second here and see if it goes back up after we wait a second. Yeah, 367. It is going to drop gradually because we have used some air out of the cylinder for the full review purposes, of course. 383. There you go. 383, it's going back up a little bit. The longer you wait, the better your velocity will be. 370. And we'll do one more because it's right around that upper 300s, almost 400 on a good day, right? So 376, okay. So around the 380-ish mark on average. We got pretty close to 400 there. Like I said, they claim, I can't remember exact number, but it's 450 or 490 or something like that with alloy. So we're pretty close to that. So yeah. Not too bad, like I said, only for target practice, backyard plinking, and of course training for your modern firearm counterpart here. And that's all you really want to use it for, folks. Don't go out there because it'll be inhumane to try and use something like this for pesting or hunting or anything like that, okay? Just keep that in mind, folks. Please keep that in mind. Pa-ting! Ha. Oh, just hit the edge of it there. Pong. So there you go, the Sauer MPX Gen 2 over the chronograph. That's what it's doing. Let's head on back down the hill, do some accuracy. All right, so we're back down here. We're gonna do a little bit of accuracy. Got a target out there about 20 yards. We're just gonna do 20 yards because I think that's about the extent of it for this one, okay? We're gonna put some, we'll do like 10 shots, okay? And it's just gonna be offhand. Just gonna be offhand. So here we go. Charging handle doesn't really have a function. I just like doing that. It's just there for, once again, the training purposes. See what we get here. Move it over some. I don't know, was that 10? I lost count. Let's do 2 more just cause. How about 1 more? Heck with it. Alright, well, not too bad for offhand shooting at 20 yards. I noticed I was up a little high there. I started bringing it down a little bit, and we started getting a little bit more grouped together there, I see. But yeah, not too bad for something that's just for plinking, having fun, target practice, things like that. Yeah, I like how it's built. And once again, I know the previous model had nothing but problems. Gen 2 seems to be addressing those problems. And this is just the beginning, okay? Obviously, this is just the beginning with this. Over time, as I use it and things like that, and the more videos we make on it, we will, of course, address any of the problems that may arise and see what happens. If you're considering one of these and you're kind of worried about it, like from all the negativity, this is the Gen 2, not the Gen 1, so once again, they seem to have addressed those problems, but sit tight because I'll test it out so that you don't have to. And then over time, we'll see what's going on. And so far, so good, but we will see. We will see. So there it is, the Sig Sauer MPX Gen 2. I like how it's built, I really do. Feels real nice. Definitely great for training purposes, no doubt. And of course you can put all kinds of accessories on here if you want to. Really go all out with it. So, yeah. So far so good. We'll see what happens. With that said, I'll catch you all down the road.